Is it a spiritual awakening or is it a Kundalini awakening? Or is it both? Or what are the similarities? What are the differences? This is a very interesting topic. And we're going to see the differences. But the first thing we have to understand is there is also partial Kundalini risings, but there are also what we call religious experiences for spiritual awakening. So let's start with the most basic, the religious experience. Darren Brown, the mentalist, you can YouTube him, you can put in religious experience Darren Brown into YouTube and it should show up. He shows you how a religious experience can be induced in about 10-15 minutes. And what is happening is the mind of the person, it's basically a hypnotic trick. And it is confusing the body and the mind to a point. So this can be done purposefully or it can be done accidentally. So it's confusing the mind to create like a short trance state where the brain, the pineal, will release a little bit of oxytocin. And then you will just feel in awe, you'll feel amazing, you'll have a great idea, a revelation. Wonderful experience. But it is a short-term thing. It's not a spiritual awakening. It's not a Kundalini awakening. It's just almost like a glitch that has revealed the way your biotechnology works. Your body is a technology, and it's the way it works. And it's just been like this circuit to stimulate it. A spiritual awakening is very much the same thing, yet it is a more permanent thing. So we could describe a spiritual awakening as the opening of the pineal. And if the pineal is open, only the pineal is open, okay, perhaps we could also include the opening of the heart-mind connection. It's wonderful, it's amazing. We can have similar things happen, as in what happens with a Kundalini awakening, but yet it doesn't go nearly as deep, not nearly as many things happen. And then there is Kundalini awakening. Kundalini awakening is not Kundalini activation. Kundalini activation is just moving the prana in your body. It does a similar thing to what we call de-armoring, somatic de-armoring, where that prana moving through your body will release all the tensions, all the emotional traumas stored in your body. It'll make your body move spontaneously because it's releasing things, it's making energy flow, and done. And then we have a Kundalini awakening. A Kundalini awakening, as I mentioned, the body, if we think about the body as a technology, it is connecting because it runs up the spine. Kundalini energy runs up the spine. Pranic energy flows through the body. So it is a connection, as it were, of like the positive and the negative, the bottom of the battery and the top of the battery. It is a connection through the spine of this energy. And when the Kundalini is awakened, you may feel heat. You may break out into sweat. You can have spontaneous movements. And when it is fully awakened, it is a spiritual awakening, But it is so much more than just a spiritual awakening, because you can start to receive, if it's fully awakened, fully connected, you can start to receive information for questions or things happening that you can not possibly know. You can start reading other people's minds, thoughts, interpreting. So it's extremely, you gain an extremely high sensitivity of empathy to the point of reading people's minds. And many, many more what they call cities. Again, misinterpretation here. A psychic, do they have a Kundalini awakened? Well, they might have, it is possible that they have sort of like this semi-permanent connection that they connect and they receive this information. Or when you have a, like just this short, spontaneous, just like a little glitch, like a drip of the energy flow through and you get this connection. But by learning how to connect this technology safely, you will fulfill your potential, because it is a potential, and when you connect it, you open yourself up to so much more. What is the problem with Kundalini awakenings? If you do not do the preparatory work, and if you do not keep yourself grounded, and if you do not keep the electrical side and the magnetical side of the energy in balance, it can be an interesting experience. You can suffer literally physical pain from it. People talk about Kundalini being a thing coming from the Hindu religions, from yoga, and yes, we have Kundalini yoga and Kriya yoga and other yogas that sort of, the really good ones will talk a little bit about flowing energy. But if we look at Qigong and Neigong, again, when done properly, talking about internal Qigong, not external Qigong, you can use many techniques of these practices to not have to suffer the pains of a Kundalini awakening. So just for example, you can do this sitting, you can do this standing. But if I imagine I have 2 hooks on the back of my head and 2 hooks on my shoulder blades, and I imagine I am hooked, and then because I'm hooked on there, the rest of my body can just relax. And as my body relaxes and opens, in time, not forcing, not trying to open it, not trying to fix the adjustment of the spine, just letting it happen over time, because I'm being suspended, things will start to move, things will start to shift. And then if we open, what they say in Qigong, we open spaces, we open cavities, we allow the Qi, we allow the prana to flow, for example, into the liver, into the kidneys, let it flow smoothly, then you're not going to have these aches and pains. And this is why my 52-week integral energy program, I have so many exercises. And this is why it is a 52-week course, because it is designed to let the energies start flowing in the body. without having to go into all the very technical details, because Qigong gets very, very technical. But it allows the energy to flow in a very smooth way, preparing for the end of the course where we awaken the Kundalini. When we connect this technology, we will know it is connected. You will have experiences, not only that show you there is more to this life, which a spiritual awakening will allow you to comprehend the possibility of more. A Kundalini awakening gives you that more. That is the biggest difference between the two. Many people confuse, thanks to YouTube videos and things like that, a religious experience. They think they had a Kundalini awakening, or a sort of light spiritual awakening. Oh, it must be a Kundalini awakening. But when that Shakti rises up the spine, it is a very different thing. And if you do not prepare for it, it can be quite a difficult experience to go through. There are people that say you shouldn't prepare for it. And what they're saying is, yeah, and then, you might have to suffer. And personally, I don't understand why you have to suffer. Just prepare for it, do preparatory work, and therefore you can raise it smoothly, calmly, and safely. But that's up to them to think like that. So if you think you've had an awakening of some sort, and you think it's been a Kundalini awakening, let me ask you this. If you think you've had a Kundalini awakening, can you now connect to the energy of everybody around you? Can you feel their emotions? Can you possibly sort of get thoughts that aren't your own? Do you receive information, for example, about future events, things that you can have no possibility of knowing? Not something you've been reading about or studying about, or something you have no possibility of knowing. Do those things happen to you? If so, then there's a high probability it's been a Kundalini awakening. If not, you've probably just had the beginning or part of a spiritual awakening, or just a religious experience that enables you to see things in a slightly different light, and you've, in a good way, you've attached yourself to that for everything to flow more smoothly. But that's it. Which one has happened to you? For more videos about this, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, and tell us about your experience in the comments. See you in another video.